last time I was down here not very much had grown, but it's obviously June and a lot of things are growing now and it's looking fantastic. So looking at the asparagus, it's a bit weedy in there, but there are quite a few spears which are coming up, so I'm getting a lot of asparagus at the moment. Now these were going to be the leeks, but they didn't really grow very well in this one, so I managed to get these carrots. There's like 94 of them in there, so I wasn't going to grow carrots this year, but they are going really well. The next one is the sweet corn. Looking a bit raggy, but hopefully they should take off a bit. And here are my strawberries, looking a lot better than last year. Last year I had hundreds of runners and about 3 strawberries. This year we've got quite a few strawberries. Got a lovely red one down there and lots of lovely little green ones, so hopefully this straw will stop any of the snails and slugs getting to them, and I might actually get to make something with these, or at least eat them. Now the garlic, not too far off now. I'm going to be very happy when that all comes up, because that should last me about a year. So when it comes to cooking, plenty of garlic. Yeah, the potatoes are fantastic. So these were my first earlies. This is the Pentland Javelin, which are my favourite potatoes, and they're not far off now at all. I think maybe about 2 more weeks. You can see this one over here is starting to die down, so that's not far off at all. Next one along are my red onions. Now some of these are looking absolutely brilliant. This one over here is looking quite big, although it has bolted a little bit, so I've just bent that off at the top to stop it going any further. And then I've got the white onions over here. Now some of these look quite small, so I'm not sure how well they're going to do. I think they're probably going to be more like pickling onions rather than full-on proper cooking onions, which is quite frustrating because I really wanted to use those for cooking. And again, if they grow how they should, that should actually last me quite some time. But again, quite a few of these are bolting. This is a celery. Now sometime last year somebody mentioned actually just growing the celery crowns from the supermarket. Now that's what I actually did with these. I had the crowns, put them into water and got some roots, and then they've grown and they're fantastic. They're absolutely massive. I think they might be bolting as well. I've got some flowers on there, but if they do, then I've got some seeds, and that's for nothing. Again, this is some beetroot which is bolting, so again I'm going to get some seeds from that. And these are Brussels sprouts. Now I really didn't think I'd get anything from these. I just threw them in the ground thinking they were tiny weedy little things, but they are actually doing okay, so you never know, I might actually get some lovely Brussels sprouts. I think it's quite enough plants. I'm the only one who eats them. Now coming over to the squashes, and I have some courgettes. Look at these courgettes, I'm so excited. I love courgettes. So if these 2 plants do well, I've actually got some flowers on there, although I think that might be the male plant because we've got the flowers but I don't have any fruits on there. Then I could have some of those. And these are 2 pumpkins. I did actually have a lot more. I've got one more to go into the ground today, which I'm going to do in a little bit. There was another one over there. You see that lovely snail shell, one of the little buggers has actually got it, so I've lost that pumpkin plant. So coming over here, I've got the leeks, still very small at the moment, but they've been in for about 2 weeks now, and most of them have survived, so I should again have a nice amount of leeks to do some good cooking with. So these are the blackberry bushes, or black currant bushes, sorry, and red currant bushes, and gooseberries, which have taken really well. I don't think I'm getting fruit this year, but they've taken really well, so I'm pleased with those. But I do have some little raspberries from these 3 canes which I saved from a skip. Somebody was throwing them away, and they're absolutely nothing wrong with them. A bit dry at the end, but it is fruiting. And then rhubarb, stacks and stacks of rhubarb, and about 10 plants which were donated to me. They weren't too happy when I first put them into the ground, but they are now coming back, and they're coming good. So again, plenty of recipes for rhubarb. Quite want to try the rhubarb sizzler, which is using rhubarb and some of the onions. So I have both on here, so straight from the plot into the kitchen. Fantastic. And the cabbages, again, I didn't think these would actually take. I put them in November and they've taken quite well. They were being munched quite a bit by slugs and snails and stuff, but they're coming back. And the last bit, broad beans, flowering. I do have some beans actually appearing on there. The peas haven't done brilliantly, but I've got some more which are going to go in today. And I've got some French beans, which were a bargain, about 12 plants for £1. I don't normally buy from you know, garden centres and stuff, but for £1, why not? And then these are the runner beans, and that's it so far. I have planted some second potatoes. I think I might have some actually starting to appear now. Again, bargain basement. There were 25 chittered potatoes only for £1, so it's rude not to really, so I got it and thrown them in the ground. Let's see what happens. And then finally, this is my shed, my wonderful shed, which was built for me by Phil, one of the guys on the allotment, who very, very kindly built me this out of the kindness of his heart, and I'm absolutely thrilled with it. I think last time you saw it was sort of in process or in progress, but here it is. Some of you might not think it's very much, but I love it. I think it's absolutely fantastic, and one of the kindest things I think anyone has done for me. It's absolutely fantastic. So everything is growing really, really well, and I'm really pleased. We should have plenty of stuff to cook with, and that's me.